CEO Daddy, Chapter 1284. I just wanted her to be good. The car drove into the main entrance, and the hard iron door produced a deep sound. Joseph Grant smiled, and waited for the woman to come out and greet him. That feeling must be very good. Unfortunately, when the car circled the pool and stopped at the main entrance, he didn't see the beautiful figure. His handsome face froze. She couldn't have gone to sleep so early, right, sir? Here we are. Seeing that Joseph was stunned and did not get off immediately, the Lieutenant Hilton could only remind him softly, "You can go back first. Come pick me up tomorrow morning." Joseph Grant deliberately emphasized that it was tomorrow morning. Lieutenant Hilton smiled and knew what Joseph meant, and then he nodded and left. Joseph Grant's handsome face tensed up a little as he pushed open the door to the great hall, seeing a scene that surprised him. He saw Alvina Miller wearing an earpiece, wiping her red wooden sofa with her small hands quickly. She did it very carefully, with her back facing him. The man was shocked for a long time. No wonder she didn't hear his car, so he thought she was asleep. He didn't expect her to be doing housework and just had her ears stuffed. Joseph Grant was suddenly happy. The smile on his face did not diminish, and he walked towards her with long legs. He stood a meter away from Alvina, with one hand in the pocket of his trousers, watching her tenderly. Alvina Miller not only listened to the music, she also hummed. Of course, she did not know that her singing was unpleasant to the ears. When she was about to dip the rag in water, she suddenly felt that something was wrong. Alvina Miller looked around. Oh my God, how could there be a pair of legs here? Looking up along the straight and slender thighs, Alvina Miller let out a surprised cry. Her entire person fell onto the sofa in fright, and quickly took off her headphones as she pointed at Joseph Grant with her beautiful eyes. When do you come in?" Seeing that she was lightly frightened by him, Joseph Grant's handsome face was full of guilt. With a gentle voice, he said, "I just come in, and it's just that you don't notice. Did I scare you?" Alvina Miller's hand was still on her chest, and she was indeed shocked. "Of course, your house is an ancient mansion, so I think that I meet a ghost," Alvina Miller blurted out, and after she said that, she smacked her forehead with force. Pa, I don't say you're a ghost. Of course, how can a ghost be as good looking as me?" Joseph Grant reached his hands out to her, but laughed instead, his tone still gentle and doting. Alvina Miller instinctively stretched out her small hand, and being held tightly by the man, he pulled Alvina up from the sofa. "Why are you wiping tables and the chairs here so late at night? Is it dirty? Don't I get someone to clean it regularly? Don't they come?" Joseph Grant misunderstood her diligence. His handsome face looked slightly angry. No, don't misunderstand. I'm exercising. I ate too much just now, so I have to find something to do. How about I clean up the house?" Alvina Miller was really afraid that he would anger others, hence she hurriedly explained, "I don't want you to be my nanny. Do you understand? In the future, don't do this anymore. I don't make them do it for nothing. I will pay them." How could Joseph Grant bear to let Alvina do such heavy housework? Furthermore, she had to work during the day. "Are you feeling sorry for me?" Alvina Miller laughed self-righteously. Joseph Grant nodded seriously. "Yes, I hope that you won't be too tired. One person's energy is limited. You'll be working during the day, and when you go home at night, you'll have a good rest. What about you? You have so many things to do today, from morning to night. yet you are being skinned against and persecuted by bad people. Are you tired? Alvina Miller felt that the only thing Joseph knew how to do was comfort others, but he had never thought about how tired he was. I'm not tired, Joseph Grant said against his own heart. No wonder you're not tired. You're not an iron person, so you must be tired too. It's just that you don't want to say it out loud. Alvina Miller curled her lips and exposed what he was thinking. Joseph Grant suddenly felt embarrassed and swelled red. I am a man. Even if I am tired, I cannot say. This is a man's bottom line. Men are people too. Why can't you say so? Or do you have no one to confide in? You can't tell your subordinates, your family, or even your friends. Then you can tell me. I'll sympathize with you. Alvina Miller laughed as she said, her beautiful eyes shining like the stars in the sky, so dazzling that it made Joseph want to kiss her. I'm already very touched that you can understand me. However, how would you sympathize with me? Joseph Grant started laughing along with her. This woman's head was filled with many good things. Every time he heard her speak, he seemed to be able to understand the beautiful side of human nature. He liked to chat with her and learn from the little world that he never knew. I can lead it for you, but I don't know how to cook for you, so I can only make a move and help you get rid of your fatigue. Sit down, I'll help you massage. Alvina Miller pulled her big hands, avoided his injured position, and pushed him down onto the sofa. Before Joseph Grant could resist anything, the girl's finger had already reached into his uninjured arm. Alvina Miller did indeed have some ability. Her fingers could actually still find acupuncture points on his arm to forcefully suppress it, causing Joseph Grant to have a whole new level of respect for her. The pressure on your acupoints is better, but do you feel pain? My grandfather said before that pressing his acupuncture points was very painful. Alvina Miller smiled as she lifted her eyes to ask, It doesn't hurt. You can press it down, Joseph Grant said softly, his beautiful eyes focused on her face, unable to move away. Alvina Miller was so full that she had no place to exert her strength, and now that she was pressed down, she truly used up all her strength, causing Joseph Grant to truly feel relaxed. It's time to change legs, Alvina Miller suddenly said. After she said, she immediately extended her small hand towards his thigh. There's no need for that here. Joseph instantly became shy. His legs were sensitive parts of his body, so of course he wouldn't dare to let this woman do as she pleased. Don't be shy. It's fine. I can find a few acupuncture points. Alvina, there's really no need for you. I'll take a bath later. Joseph Grant was afraid that he would lose face. After all, he still wanted to keep a decent image in front of this woman. All right, but your hand is injured. How are you going to take a bath? Do you need help? Oh, let me help you with the water. You go soak in it. Alvina Miller had only spoken halfway and realized that she was a woman. She was still not Joseph Grant's wife yet, so she wouldn't dare come to this kind of thing like bathing. The man burst out laughing. This woman could have already entered his wife's role. She even wanted to help him bathing. Alvina Miller's beautiful face flushed red. She immediately turned and ran upstairs. When she was one step away, she suddenly thought of something important that she did not ask, and ran in front of him. She gasped for breath and asked him, Joseph Grant, do you know that I changed jobs? I know. I get someone to help you. Joseph Grant leisurely replied with a smile. It's really you. Why do you suddenly transfer me to the archives? Alvina Miller blinked her beautiful big eyes and asked, "Because I hope to see you more when I have the chance." Joseph Grant's answer was as if it was taken for granted, and it was filled with the aura of a spoiled child. Alvina Miller was very happy, which can know from her face. "Really? Then do you often come to the archives to pick up things?" "No, the archive room is connected to the library. I will spend an hour reading in there every afternoon to catch a glimpse of you whenever I pass by." Joseph Grant laughed even more happily. Alvina Miller was surprised. "Then why don't you transfer me to the library? That way, I can accompany you to read for an hour." "No, this is too obvious. I've already said that I can't get close to you because of the current situation. The archives are idle and less personal trouble, which is more suitable for you." Joseph Grant sighed lightly, and revealed his selfish thoughts. He just wanted to give her a casual job so that she wouldn't be too tired. "All right, I understand now. Thank you for thinking for me." After Alvina Miller said that, she placed her hands behind her back and leaned over, making a light kiss on the man's cheeks with her pink lips. Then, like a butterfly who had stolen something, she swiftly ran upstairs.